Hello, and welcome to the workflow demo. Today we'll be going over the cues displayed on the screen. We will talk about customizations and hardware that's required to complete each step. Let's begin. Our first step in workflow is data entry. Data entry is a queue that populates prescriptions from an IVR system, a to-do or refill reminder flag that's set up in the patient's profile. Once a prescription has been selected from data entry, it moves on to the next step, which is data verification. Data verification is a step that allows the users to double-check their work prior to them adjudicating the prescription to a third-party plan. This queue allows the users to work on prescriptions such as new scripts or scripts that are first fills of unfilled. Refill prescriptions can bypass this step. The hardware you will need for this step is a thermal vial printer, as the vial label will print out after adjudication. Once the step is complete, we will move on to packaging. Packaging is the step that requires a barcode scanner that you use to scan the stock bottle of the medication. At packaging, you will scan the stock bottle to ensure that the medication pulled off the shelf is what was entered in Kroll. Once that verification is complete, the prescription moves on to technical verification. This queue is specific to registered techs, and they will require a signature tablet to complete this step. Once this step has been completed, the prescription moves on to pharmacist verification. Pharmacist verification will also require a signature tablet and also a thermal receipt printer in order for the receipts, privacy, wallet card, and delivery labels to print out of. Once that queue is complete, the prescriptions go into waiting for pickup. Waiting for pickup essentially is an electronic drawer that keeps a record of all the prescriptions waiting to be picked up and the dollar value of the prescriptions holding. Let's fill a script and see these cues in action. I will go ahead and enter my patient, drug, and doctor information. I will enter my SIG. This step remains as usual. There's no changes to how data entry is done in Kroll once workflow is implemented. I will go ahead, select my script image, and ensure that all my information is recorded correctly. Once I'm ready, I will click F12, and you'll notice that the usual screens do not appear. Instead, I am taken right over to the data verification step. This is a step where I verify that the information entered in Kroll matches what the doctor had sent over. Once I complete the step, I will do that by clicking on 7-point check. At this step, should I realize that anything has been entered incorrectly, I can do two things. I can reject my prescription, send it back up to data entry, and with a note of what needs to be resolved. Or if I'm the same individual that did the data entry, I can just return back to RX, make the changes that I need to, select Save Changes, and go back to data verification and redo my verification to ensure that I have all the correct information. Once this is done, I click Approve, and the prescription then starts to go through any duplicate therapies, any interactions that may have come up while filling this prescription. Once that part is complete, my prescription then goes through the adjudication process where it adjudicates my prescription and it moves on to packaging. As you can see, the packaging screen displays the following information. You have information of the drug and also an image of what the drug looks like. The packaging queue also displays snap cap and double count should any of these apply to the patient you're filling for. You also have the option to scan the UPC or DIN number of the medication that you're packaging. Once you enter this information, you will be prompted to move on to the next steps. Once I have entered the correct information, I now have the ability to enter my lot number and expiry date should I want to record this information. Once I click Package, I'm going to be prompted with an option to enter my user credentials for the double count process. Once that step is complete, I will click Package and it moves on to the next step. This is our package verification or technical verification step. It looks identical to our data verification step, and this step also allows the user to do a 7-point check along with an electronic signature. Once the user completes the 7-point check here, they can click on Approve, and the prescription will move on to the signature screen where the user can then sign off on the signature tablet and have the script move on to pharmacist verification. Our pharmacist verification screen displays the following information. You have information about the patient, the drug, and the doctor. Towards the middle, it displays information about the interactions, RX messages, such as double count, the status of a prescription, whether it's a new script, an unfill, a refill, or an O, so the pharmacist knows exactly what they're checking. It also displays that the patient is a SNAPCAP patient. Towards the bottom, you will see a display of all of the medications the patient has taken to date, the doctors, and also the dates of when these prescriptions were dispensed. Should you want to focus on this particular medication or medication within this therapeutic class, you will click on the Therapeutic Equivalence tab, which will give you a list of all the TECTA medications this patient has taken, who the doctors were, and what the dates of the dispense was. Once that's complete, you will click Next, and it takes you to the RX screen. This screen is a visual verification for the pharmacist to check what was entered compared to what was written by the doctor and what's in the basket in front of them. Once they click Next, it will take them to the Financial tab. Now, the Financial tab will display for the pharmacist the amount, the dollar value that was submitted to the third-party plan or plans, and what was paid for by each one of those plans. Should there be any rejection messages coming through the third-party plans, they will all be displayed here for the pharmacist to see. Once the pharmacist is satisfied with the information they see here, they click Approve, and the signature tablet once again would light up for the pharmacist to go ahead and sign on the screen. Once that signature is captured, the prescription then moves on to the waiting for pickup screen. As we see, we have one prescription in our waiting for pickup. Once I'm ready to mark my prescription as picked up, I will click on the F10 pickup screen, enter my patient information, and I will be displayed with the following information. It's letting me know that there is one prescription waiting to be picked up by this patient. I'll go ahead and click pick up one item. It starts to do a lookup and it asks me the following question. Please select the person at the counter picking up the item. I have two options. If I select patient, of course it records the patient's information that's in Kroll. If I select other, I will be required to type in the information of the individual picking up the prescription. Now, with that said, the Honeywell barcode scanners that we support in Kroll have the capability of extracting the information of an individual based on the ID they provide to the pharmacy. For example, if they were to provide you their driver's license, when you scan the back of the driver's license using this barcode scanner, it will extract their name, their address, date of birth, and any other information that's on the card. If you were to scan the health card number, it will only extract the patient's name, their date of birth, and health card number. You will then be required to enter what the relationship to the patient and this individual are. I'm going to go ahead and scan this by patient. Once I confirm that the patient has picked up their item and they've paid $9.15, I'll click confirm and I'll be prompted to have the patient sign off on the screen. Please note the signature for the patient is completely optional. This can be turned off and on from your configuration screen, and it wouldn't be something that's linked to workflow itself. This concludes today's demo. Hope you were able to gather as much information as you need in order to make a decision on whether or not you would like to have our Kroll paperless system implemented into your pharmacy. Please let our sales team know if you are interested, and we could move forward to talking about the packages we have available. Thank you very much and have a great day.